Oh, did he? Okay. Right now, you have good choice.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor, before we begin the meeting, we have our water department here with a special presentation.
You guys want to come up? It's 2 years in a row, so 2 years in a row that these guys won. So, best water quality. I'd like to introduce Sal, who doesn't know, Sal Studo, B. Kessler, and Dave Tula.
So this was 3 out of the last 4 years we won. We actually won it back in May during Water Week, but the Royal Water Conference was redoing the trophy, so they came and dropped it off 2 weeks ago, and we just waited for the next board meeting to present it to the board. I'd like to thank the board and the mayor for support throughout the year, and keep on drinking Nassau County's finest.
All right.
This trophy belongs to the residents just as much to the water department. We're gonna leave the trophy up at the front counter until the end of the week. So anyone wants to come take a picture with the water cup, they're more than welcome.
You guys don't want to throw one. I know. You guys don't want that.
I'm sorry.
We want to be like the Stanley Cup.
You can drink out of it.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Just a short time I've been up here, I've never met three guys, individuals that work harder than these guys do. So, years ago, the water department here was in a lot of trouble, and Andrew came, we hired Andrew, he turned it around, and then he handed it off to Sal, Lee, and Dave. And I was fortunate enough to be on the board, and Mayor last time when we hired Lee, so Lee's been around for a while. So they all work very hard, and they respond to residents' calls in a quick manner. So you guys, thanks for all your help, and the residents of Bayville really appreciate it. So thanks for coming, thanks for presenting the award, thanks for staying late tonight after work. So really appreciate it.
At this point, Peter, we're going to continue the Ludlam Avenue, 16 Ludlam Avenue.
Right now?
Yes, so it's
Okay, that's fine.
6:35, so,
We can keep them right on, right away, sure.
okay.
Go right ahead.
So, Mayor, whoever's representing the 16 Ludlam Avenue,
Gerald J. Associates,
application.
attorney for James Serafino, the applicant. First of all, I was asked to present these
These are the mailings.
mailings and
Yeah.
certified.
Thank you.
Okay, so we covered a lot from before. We have Mr. Serafino. Yes. I understand there are some questions of him, and he's here to answer whatever questions the board has.
And Mr. Serafino, please spell his name for the record.
Sure, it's S-E-R-A-F as in Frank, I-N-O.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess we started this last month, we had a couple of questions and concerns, and everybody, I guess, discussed it. So you're only gonna use it for storage of antique cars, right?
Yes, sir.
You're only gonna use it within, like, a certain amount of times a year? Do you know how many times that was then? 4 or 5 times, or more than that, or?
Absolutely. So Mr. Mayor and board members, I want to thank you so much just for consideration of this. There would be cars that are parked in there probably throughout the year. They get moved very seldomly. For example, one of the cars that are there that would be intended to be there is currently in an exhibit until January. It left in June. So very seldom used and always planned in advance.
And usually 1 or 2 at a time, or all of them at once?
Oh, no, they're always out and about in different areas. Right now, there's an automobile in Georgia and one in California, on display.
Would you be willing to consider having the time that you do get the car set, like allowable times from the village?
Absolutely. I understand that there's a concern of parking, and most certainly, these cars will never be moved frequently. Certainly, they'll be moved, we'll know well in advance of when they'll be moved, so it's never, hey, it needs to be out by Friday, and there's always something that's planned in advance.
I mean, if we put written conditions and limitations on when you can move the cars between certain hours, would you be susceptible? Would you be willing to do that? Like, say, we said from, I'm just making it up, after 9 p.m. at night till 11 or 12 at night, something like that. What my concern is, traffic in town is so busy as it is, especially at that intersection, and there's only 5 spaces in the front there to park. And I don't want the curb being ripped open. I know that you're not gonna open up the sidewalk or anything, but there was, like mentioned last month, you would only utilize 1 space to take the car out. So my concern was like, we can't have a truck in there taking a car out at, like, say, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, that's heavily traveled. So, if I was thinking about just personally, it's like if we limited the time when you can access the building to take a car in and out, would you be,
I certainly would be against it. I would just ask that you just share the time here so we can consider that. Meaning, but I certainly would not be against it. There's no, Mr. Mayor.
now, would you have any, improvements to the building that you would do on the exterior? Of course, to dress the place up, if we do give you permission to.
Absolutely. So obviously, up for discussion. I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize the plans. In addition to collecting cars, I'm a degree architect, and one of the reasons why I chose this property is because I really love the look and feel of that beautiful building. And I'd like to try to keep the exterior of it as much as original as possible because it's beautiful inside. I would very much like to make it like a little bit of a gallery-esque, so maybe improve the lighting, if you will, improve the walls, just really, and that's really what this is, a gallery of sorts. I even, if you allow me,
One of the concerns I had personally, I think I moved into town in like 1986 or 84, in that range. I mean, that building to me has been empty for like 20, 25 years, and
right.
It's just, I'm not saying it's an eyesore coming into town, seeing an empty building like that, but I mean, I know Billy Joel had his place over there by Town Hall in Oyster Bay. He dressed that building up pretty nice, so, I don't know if you had plans on doing something like that, but,
I think if you look at some
So,
of these.
Mr. Mayor, I can speak about that. And obviously, one of the things we do, and you could, and personally, in a commercial real estate, is we always take care of the properties and beautify them. And never in a way in which we're changing the character of it. So this is what the building looks like right now inside. It's completely appropriate for the use. If that's as far as you want us to take it, we will take it. And we will leave it there. Just to improve the lighting from the streetscape. Just so that it really looks as if a gallery-esque, if you will, inside the space. The cars that I mentioned, this is one of the cars. This is the car that's in Georgia until January. You can see there's some wall backdrops. It really comes across as a gallery-esque.
would you mind just showing the audience? I'm sorry.
So this is the, I apologize, everybody, this is the existing, and maybe some of the lighting improvements like this. Again, short, very much along the lines of the gallery. And then for backdrop, you can see gallery-esque, they're so focused upon lighting, maybe some of the art behind it, etc.
Would you plan on doing anything to the exterior work that's on the exterior?
I mean, so far, knock on wood, it's just a beautiful front. I'd love to keep the coloring of the window surrounds just as it is. It's very pretty, very charming. No plans to do anything. No signage, no point of sale.
No signage at all?
Now, if for some reason the board said, hey, it would be, it would add to the town, that's a pretty sign, I would certainly help, but no plans.
I just have a question, if I may.
Yes, Mr.
Typically, in anticipation of this situation, if you were to be granted approval to do this, how often do you think it's gonna happen, that the street will be interfered with, if you will. Realize it'll be temporary. Do you basically take the car that you're involved in and put that inside of one of these enclosed trailer trucks? How do you transport these cars?
So that's a very good question. So within the facility itself, there are dollies with rollers, so no car will be started within the facility. As you open the door and we try to keep the front, we purposely work with the architecture team to try to keep the front as what it looks like, as close to existing as possible. There's a couple of ramps that we would put up just to the curb, 4 inches, we measured it. They'd roll out to the street, go down the block away from an area, and then get loaded onto a transporter.
Okay, so
There would by no means,
the transporters, when they actually come and pick up the car, would they be parallel to the direction of the street? And are these cars going to be dollied in, or is that transporter going to be perpendicular to the street to possibly create a traffic problem?
parallel away from those spots. And also, when you think transport, I want you, 99% of the time, we have an enclosed trailer that's a single car enclosed trailer that gets pulled with an SUV. So I don't want you to think that all of a sudden the introduction of commercial traffic greater than what you'd be expecting. It's
Okay.
really simply just, and I can show you the photo.
So it's going to be basically a single car transporter, and that's really sort of like a moving van.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how much time does it usually take to load and unload
No.
an automobile?
Everything talked about from the point at which you start to push it out, like every 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Where do you store the cars currently?
A number of sites. In my home, we have a full car garage in Monticello. We have a couple of car garage there. And then they're constantly about the country.
The only reason I'm asking is trying to understand how many cars will be there at once. Because if it's only one car at a time, it kind of looks vacant and empty again. And then there's really no.
I would never have. Well, I wouldn't have one car because at any point in time, we probably have 6 to 8 cars there. And also, I want to point out that, if there's any functions in town that require any use of the space, if there's any fundraising we could do, you're certainly welcome to it. I want to come here and I really want to emphasize, I really want to fit into this community. I'm not looking to do anything other to that place. I really enjoy it with my family and I enjoy it with everybody in town.
And at this point, would it only be these 8 cars? That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it would only be it's only intended for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
personal collection.
And that's a very good question too. I'm not mechanically inclined. There will be no tools in that place other than a screwdriver or something that would be needed to repair an electrical outlet or something, like a light bulb. No, nothing whatsoever. As far as the cars, largely, like for example, that 65 VW Beetle's been in the family for many, many years. The 2000 Ducati has been in the family since about 2000, since new. It has 60 miles on it. So it will largely be that. I have to tell you, my wife would be very happy if I said that would be the last of the cars. We do take on, once in a while, we do take on a car here and there. So by no means would there ever be any car that's not mine. That's not museum quality, and that's not meant to be just a joy.
And I know the answer to this, but to put it on the record, there's no gasoline in the cars.
Just a de minimis amount. These cars aren't being driven. The only oils that you have are fuels, just to keep the engines from running over.
What would you do with the property if it wasn't approved? Just curious, I mean,
I've done research on this property, and frankly, I don't know if it has a perfect use case. And then that's, I think I presented something here, and I want to come through as obviously someone with the right intentions, but you talk, Mr. Mayor, about the challenge of parking. Here's a use case where you don't need parking. And then the site itself, I know it has its challenges. It doesn't have a driveway, and it's not perfect for any use. I would honestly make the consideration to the board that this might be the right use, and really make it. I really wouldn't know what to do. I have no plans to go after this.
And I just have a question, and I believe it was mentioned, it was the answer last month, but I forget. The plans originally had like swing out doors, but now is it garage? Is it a garage door?
They still have swing out doors. They still.
Yeah, there were two different plans.
Yeah, they still show the swing out doors.
Okay.
I'm open for that. And the reason why we chose that is because A, it keeps the facade intact. And B, it kind of keeps the look, what I mean by that, the look and feel of the facade.
Mhm.
And it minimizes the amount of space we need to get a car in.
So basically, you would be almost using like parking number 4,
Yeah.
like right, that would be right in front.
And to the point that you made, Mr. Mayor, we're planning on moving those cars and that spot's taken, just come back. You know, these cars are never moved like, hey, it needs to be by certain days by 8 a.m. These cars need to be in, Monterey, California in August, that kind of thing.
I think if we come up with a restricted time, then even better off, because that's a spot.
Yeah.
If someone's in there during the time that
We enjoy the restaurants in the town, and we see the challenges on Saturday night. We see the amount of traffic that you have in the parking lot, and we wouldn't want to make it feel.
it's midnight to 5 a.m.
What do you, I would think it'd be fair then for him to be able to put a sign in that one spot saying no parking. Well, I guess you never know what day it's happening. I was gonna say no parking between certain hours.
How about in that one spot, no parking between midnight and 5 a.m.? They're there. It's there.
The only challenge is that sign we have to take will come out.
Right, I was gonna say, I don't know exactly what,
Challenges.
right, I know. Yeah.
Respectfully, what is the benefit to the community? Other than occupying an currently unused
A
space?
couple of benefits. A, which I try to come across genuinely and sincerely with, you're getting someone who's going to contribute to the community. There are not going to be any loud events there. There are not going to be anything that we've not spoken about there. What you see is what you get. B, it makes sense of a site that is so pretty the way it is. Just last year we were there, I've been a little, I don't want to say, it's been a process and I want to make sure we do it right. We went there last year, we put a few Christmas trees inside the window, we took pictures of it. That site, that town, that building needs to become something. And one would make the argument that using it for something in the vein of art, which interests some, hopefully, is better than, making a karate studio or something. I think it has a better use case for this, and it's,
I think my only concern is that is one of very few buildings in our commercial district, and it serves no commercial purpose as a storage facility.
Well, it could attract people walking by as they're in the village.
I
They're
think
gonna
it's
be-
more likely to attract people to go out to dinner, they go for a walk after, they look at the cars with the nice lights shining down at night. I will add though that it hasn't been used in the past 25 years. And
I agree.
and we got a couple doors down, I don't know what's being stored in there, it looks like a circus tent. So, I don't know what it is, I'm just saying that this at least is appealing to the eye, and everyone likes to look at nice cars.
Well, one issue I wanted to point out was the prior owner was an artist, lived in Center Island. And he never had any intentions on opening up a retail art gallery or anything, he just wanted to use it for storage, and he never used it. And he let the building, collapse, basically. Bad, dire straits, the roof was caving in, that's why I asked your architect last month, I physically gone in the building and checked on it, so. He assured us last month that the building was, was in good condition.
With high-end cars like this,
Yeah, he's not gonna
I
push it.
understand. No, I just wanted to.
Yeah.
That's why I just wanted to point that out. And I've talked to a couple of, made my rounds around the village the last couple of weeks. And, I value everybody's opinions, so, I would say, majority of the people I spoke to were, I guess, were in favor of it, because it was an improvement to a building that's been empty for 25 years. Like, I had my concerns last month when you guys came up here. To be honest with you, I really wasn't in favor of it, but then I, did some research and talked to some people and residents, and I didn't want to give up that walkway, and I don't want to give up the parking spaces. So if we can And I personally tell you, I'm in favor of it. I changed my mind. If we can personally restrict, put some conditions and restrictions on the hours that you can take the cars in and out. I mean, I would be, right now, I'd be in favor of it, but I just, the building's been empty for 25 years. To me, it's been an eyesore in town, and I think if you're willing to dress it up and make an improvement, I think it would be, if I change my mind, it would be an asset. It's my opinion. I don't want to influence anybody who's up here. We're all independent. I don't want any yes men or any people on the board with me, so I want them to be independent thinkers, and if they disagree with me, that's fine. So if we take it for a vote, I'd like to wrap it up tonight. If it's no, then I'm sorry, but if we agree, then the majority, I guess, rules. So if you guys have any other questions, anybody?
If I might just add one other item, this kind of, we're talking
Sorry,
about
for the record.
Andrew Capel, architect, Wish to Bay drafting, 68 West Main Street, Wish to Bay. On the topic of can we use it for something else? The challenge about this building is essentially it's currently an empty box. There really isn't much infrastructure for this building other than being its four walls and a tiny deck. If this could be converted into mercantile, a business, a restaurant, something. One, we run into the problem of the staff having no place to park, patrons not having a place to park. We would probably be ripping up that street for months, putting in the infrastructure needed for a modern day code compliant building. There's nothing there. To do something to bring in another restaurant, another something other than a facility that really needs nothing other than its four walls might be a bigger detriment in the long run, because in the short term during construction, it's going to screw up the traffic pattern indefinitely as that goes on to get all that in there. Secondly, once it's been built and we have another facility that's active during both business hours, morning, day, or evening, you're going to have a traffic problem, a personnel problem, and probably that, while it might be more advantageous to have something like that in the neighborhood, one extra piece in that one spot, probably dollars for donuts, isn't going to get you the pristine look you're getting here. You get a really cool showpiece that sounds like you'll probably end up dressing up for the holidays, having some fun with it more than likely. So it'll be a cool little vignette that you see every time you come into the neighborhood.
I mean, I'm going to refute that a little bit. So, given a small commercial area that we have, basically 2 street blocks, the limited number of commercial buildings we have, I understand the space has been vacant for 25 years. However, someone did purchase it, right? And they're willing to put some money into it to use it for special purpose. If it were going to be used in the future, yes, someone would have to put some money into it and renovate it, add the ability to have, upgraded water, power, and septic in there for sure. But if we allocate this use for it now, and it is designated for your personal use as a storage for your own cars, it benefits the people of Bayville in no way, and it takes away one of very few commercial spaces that are available in town. So there is no benefit whatsoever to the community other than being able to walk by and look at something nicer than an empty space right now.
While I happen to agree logically that is the case, there seems to have been zero interest in this building for over 20 years.
I agree with you, but there's no refuting that. So.
And Mr. Turner, please take into consideration the fact that when you do have a Christmas tree lighting, you'll have a space over there, you'll have a restroom, a place to keep warm. If the school children want to, if they want to hold an event there, we want to be part of this community.
Anybody else have any questions? You have to come up and state your name.
Oh, sure. I love classic cars, so I have nothing against classic cars. But Joan Ledgway, L-E-J-U-E-C.
And your address, please.
I'm sorry?
Your address, please.
18 Samuel.
18, I'm sorry, Statmore. Thank you. I apologize.
My concern about this is being a driver in Bayville, I see how serious the traffic issue is getting on Ludlow. And I would see this as being something that people would really love to come and see. Can the cars be seen from the outside?
Yeah.
So I see that as being something that people from Oyster Bay, like we went to see Billy Joel's and took up parking spaces, and now it becomes more of an attraction for anyone who loves cars. And I'm very concerned because I see the seriousness of that area on Ludlam Avenue, and I see people trying to cross and they can't cross, and I see people trying to get through lights, and it's become a really serious concern. And any of my fellow people that I talk to in the area, they will feel the same way about that. And I just hope that that is very seriously.
I think we should have a set time where people are maybe sleeping during the,
Right, but you still have people, it's an open window, so
Right.
you still have people who are gonna come attracted to seeing those cars.
So are you in favor of it or against it? Because
I think it's a dangerous area, that's already dangerous, and I think we're just adding more danger, because I know people are gonna come to
But
look
what
at those
would
cars.
you say if it was an actual, say there was a bookstore there? I think that would attract more traffic coming and cause more of an issue with cars. Whereas this particular place, people can walk by, but people aren't gonna park to go.
But people will come here from other areas to see those cars, and then there will be parking issues, and, that's my own, that's my concern, is
We're not
that,
advertising.
and it's not open to the public, correct? It's just looking from the outside.
That's all.
Yeah, it's not gonna be where you can walk through unless you opened it for a certain event or something, but.
There'd be a lot less traffic than if you had a bookstore or another restaurant.
well, I wouldn't approve
Or
that.
another deli. So there has to be some use for it, because we don't want to render the property unusable.
No, I agree, but, that's just my.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess, everybody done? Anyone else want to say anything?
How you doing? Richard Russo, 12 Seymour Lane. I think most of you know me already. I have a business in town and I own property in town. I think it's a great idea what he's doing. It's a building that's been empty for 20 plus years. He's invested a lot of money into the place. He's going to fix the place up. He's going to pay taxes. And I think it's a positive thing for the town compared to an empty, derelict building.
Thank you.
Okay, so,
So, I would ask Peter, before we close the hearing, do you
Before
want
we-
them to set any conditions, or how do you want to
Yeah, I
handle this?
think, may I suggest this, if the board's inclined to grant this, then I would suggest to you that there be a limitation on the times when the automobiles can be placed in the property and removed from the property. I'm not quite sure what the best hours are for that, and what days are the best days to do that.
Can we approve it and then get back to them on what we're thinking?
Yeah, we can approve it with conditions. What you can do is to reserve decision. I can get some suggestions from the board members and write a decision. I'll circulate it around. And then, at your next trustees meeting, you could adopt that decision, whatever it would be. So that's what I would suggest you do. In a sense, you're reserving decision right now.
No, I would rather vote on it.
Can I just ask one question? Do you have an idea, like when do you usually take them out?
Yeah, let's do that now.
Like,
Let's set it now.
you've moved them, so.
The biggest challenge with this is I'm a workaholic. I work Monday through Saturday, basically. I leave my house at 6 a.m. to drive into the city. I typically don't get home till 8 p.m. So I would certainly, if you could just, I certainly want to stay away from high traffic times. It's nothing on Saturday at all. Maybe if I could we suggest maybe Sunday at 8 p.m. or later? That's not, most businesses are closed at that point. And then maybe from midnight to 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever. But just give me that Sunday afternoon period after the business is closed. I know I don't have to stay up till midnight.
Let me ask you this. Are you able to manage to do this during what I'd call evening hours? And with that might be better for everybody.
Well, it depends on evening hours.
No,
That
I like
Schultz
it. I
is
like
over there, that
this.
place is not. So I like this.
I like the Sunday after 8 and 12 to 5 a.m. during the
Okay,
week.
Sunday after 8, and
12 to 5 a.m. during the week, 12
12 to
a.m.
5 a.m., okay.
Right? Midnight to 5 a.m. during the week.
And if you see me driving through town at 1 a.m., you'll know.
Yeah, well, last for a ride.
Yeah. If you're inclined to impose those conditions on it, and that seems to be reasonable to the applicant who's standing here now, the board could consider adopting a resolution, and we'd excuse me, would perpetuate by writing a decision with those conditions.
I think that's what we should.
I'm in favor of that.
So we'll close the hearing and then
Yeah.
proceed with the motion on the decision.
So we'll close the hearing,
Okay,
and
so
then,
I will-
if someone wants to make a motion
I'll make it.
on the board with those conditions, the board could conceivably vote on it, but there should be more discussion possibly among the members of the board about it.
No, I think we're good. I'll make the motion.
All right, so let's start, I need to close the hearing, or are we
Yeah,
do
the
this,
hearing.
that's, so may I have a
So
motion
let's
to
close the
close the
hearing.
hearing?
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, trustee Belzaki.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Bartolomeo. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Webb?
Yes.
So now you can, proceed with the decision.
I'll make a motion to, I guess, approve the usage with the conditions of midnight to 5 a.m. during the week and after 8 p.m. on Sundays is when the cars will be transported.
I'll second.
Wait, is that including Saturdays?
No Saturdays, thank you.
No Saturdays.
And no Saturdays.
No Saturdays.
And I'll second. Thank you, trustee Bartolomeo and trustee Santoro. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
No.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Webb?
Yes. Well, congratulations.
Okay, we'll
very
write that up for a
Yes.
decision and send it on to you, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you. With the rest of the business. So the next item on the agenda are the warrants and claims. Thank you so much.
All right, we're gonna continue with the meeting, so if everybody could just.
The next item on the agenda are the warrants and claims. They've been audited by the audit commission. Do I have a motion to accept them for payment? I make a motion. Thank you, trustee Santoro. Thank you, Mayor Webb. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Webb?
Yes.
The prior meeting minutes for your approval.
I make a motion.
Thank you, trustee Bartolomeo.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Belzaki. Trustee Walsh? Yes. Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Webb?
Yes.
You have before you the dog warden agreement with the town of Oyster Bay, and the resolution would be to authorize the mayor to sign and execute. It's an intermunicipal agreement between the town of Oyster Bay and the village of Bayville for dog warden services for the period January 1st, 2026 until December 31st, 2027.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, trustee Tucker. I'll second. Thank you, trustee Santoro. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Webb?
Yes.
Been a little late. Apparently, I double checked it. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is a new truck for the water department. So the supervisor of water plant operations has put before you a proposal for the purchase of a new truck. The truck is from a quote from DeNoyer Chevy, and it includes a snowplow from Dejana, a lighting uplift from Hendrickson Fire. The amount for the vehicle is $96,292.40. And then there are there'll be need for purchase of some additional items to be installed for an amount not to exceed $5,000.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, trustee Tucker.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee DeBartolomeo. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee DeBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor Well.
Yes.
The next item on the agenda is a resolution to appoint the following individuals to the Board of Ethics: Catherine Rappley, John Taylor, and Mayor Rupp, for a term to expire the first Monday in July 2030.
Make a motion. Sorry.
Thank you, trustee Santoro and trustee Bartolomeo. Trustee Walsh? Yes. Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor Rupp?
Yes, just want to make a point, two most ethical people that I know in this town are John Telly here and Kathy Rackley. So basically asked them, I reached out to them because my opinion is two most honest people that you ever want to come across. So when it comes to ethics, John was one of the first persons, Kathy, to talk to, speak with, and they kindly accepted. So thank you very much.
The next item is a resolution to participate in the Long Island Water Conference intermunicipal purchasing agreement. It's for the purpose of the LWCIPA to facilitate a voluntary cooperative program to reduce costs through economies of scale by utilizing the volume buying generated through the piggybacking upon member contracts as authorized under GML section 10316.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, trustee
Second.
Tucker. Thank you, trustee Genova. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee DeBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor Rupp?
Yes.
We have a proposal here from Dennis O'Regan Electric. It's actually to continue the current street lighting maintenance contract. And the proposal is for the period October 1st, 2026 to September 30th, 2027 for a monthly fee of $765.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you,
I'll second.
trustee Santoro. Thank you, trustee Tucker. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Genova?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm out of order there. Muscle memory. Trustee DeBartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor Rupp?
Yes.
Thank you. The next item is a resolution to approve non-pro-tunc, a proposal from Tony Masonry and Landscaping. We needed repairs at the stupid Bayville Commons. It was an emergency repair. It did pose a trip and fall possibility, and the amount was $1,800.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, trustee Bartolomeo.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Valsecchi. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
And trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor
Yes.
Rupp? The next proposal is from GPRS Waste Detection. Every year, annually, we provide leak detection. They provide leak detection services for the water distribution system, and it's for a total of $8,525, which upon checking, we found is actually less than last year's proposed amount. So,
I'll make the motion.
I'll
thank you,
second.
trustee Tucker.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Bartolomeo. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi?
Yes.
Mayor Rupp?
Yes.
Thank you. We had, I believe at the last meeting, you may have approved a agreement for a community revitalization grant for the library to purchase computers, and Nassau County requires that the agreement have a secra determination. So I'm going to read to you what is required. This is a type 2 recommendation and is prepared consistently with the requirements of Article 8 of the Environmental Conservation Law, establishing the State Environmental Quality Review Act, (SEQRA), and its regulations as set forth in 6 NYCRR Part 617. The proposed scope of work includes the purchase of computer equipment for Bayville Free Library. Secret determination based on the above scope of work associated with the proposed action, it is appropriately classified as a type 2 action in accordance with 6 NYCRR section 17.5C. 31, purchase or sale of furnishings, equipment, or supplies, including surplus government property, other than the following: land, radioactive material, pesticides, herbicides, or other hazardous materials. With this classification of the proposed act as a type 2 secret, compliance has been completed and no further secret review is warranted. And you have reviewed this, correct?
Yes, I have reviewed it, and that's a proper resolution to achieve this purpose.
Thank you.
Make a motion to accept it.
Thank you, Mayor Rapp.
A second?
Thank you, Trustee DeVore, Mayor. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee DeVore, Mayor.
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Rapp.
Yes.
We have a proposal from North Shore Tree Service, Frank G. Rinaldo, and this is a non-proton invoice from North Shore Tree to remove 3 trees and garden stumps on West Harbor Drive for a total of $3,700.
With what do you call the significant storms that we've had this year, I'm trying to cut back on some of the dead trees so nobody gets killed, especially on West Harbor Drive. We cut down 2 of them, and then there was a dead tree, probably sort of fenced down by the marina, so we cut that down. But Bayville Avenue, we're gonna try to, hopefully I'm gonna try to chase down Nassau County and see if they can cut back some of the trees on Bayville Avenue. If you drive by there, it's very dangerous. One of those trees gonna fall and kill somebody someday. So we noticed 2 or 3 trees on West Harbor Drive that we cut back so you can see. When you drive down West Harbor, you'll notice it. There's like 2 stumps that still have to be ground that is gotta come back to. So we didn't approve the payment yet until it was back and he stumped, he knows the stumps. So that's what this is about.
Thank you. And a motion?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Trustee
I'll
DeVore.
second.
Thank you, Trustee Santoro. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee DeVore, Mayor.
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Rapp.
Yes.
Next item, which has been reviewed by the village attorney, is a resolution to approve the IMA with Nassau County to authorize the installation of a radio service station on the Bayville Water Tower for the purpose of providing radio coverage for remote radio response. And this has been reviewed by the village attorney, and the water department has been involved, and
Yes.
H2M will be involved as necessary.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
And Micah is a volunteer fire department, Bayville Fire Department, so he's very knowledgeable on this topic, why it's required. I don't know if you want to say a couple of things. It's helpful so other fire departments can communicate with each other.
Yeah, I think, as most people know, driving down Bayville Ave from Mountain Ave to basically the IGA, it's a cell phone dead zone. The same thing exists for emergency communications with the fire department and Nassau County Emergency Services and other local fire departments. So the installation of this radio equipment on the water tower will improve that communication ability, and it'll also enable us to kind of future-proof radio dispatch with Nassau County Fire Communications. They're installing a new different band of radio communications that has a wider range and better coverage. If anybody has any questions, feel free. I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Trustee
I'll
Tucker.
second.
Thank you, Trustee DeVore, Mayor. Trustee Walsh?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro?
Yes.
Trustee Genova?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee DeVore, Mayor.
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Rapp.
Yes.
At this time, I have no other business before you. You do have plans to go into executive session. So prior to that, I don't know if you'd like to open the meeting up to the
Anybody have
public.
any questions, concerns, you want to raise? Yeah, sure. There's a couple, you can come up, please state your name. There's a couple of things I just wanted to talk about after she's done about what we're trying to do.
Hi, I'm Uptown Monastero, 7 Pleasant View Drive.
This is an issue, I'm not sure if you can help, this is an issue we raised with Mayor Nicosi last year, and I spoke to him actually, again this year. We have, this flying roach problem. They're called brown banded roaches, and my exterminator said he's never seen them in 15 years, and somebody like reintroduced them into the community last year. They're an outdoor bug. They come out during the days. They're tiny. They don't look like roaches. I didn't know what they were at first. So we have exterminators and everything, and they're just flying all over. We can't even go outdoors. Now we've identified them as far as zozos. We've seen them out there on the porch. We've seen them on Pine Lane walking around. When I had asked last year if maybe it could be related, when the guys cleaned, our house faces the public beach. When they cleaned the beach, they were leaving debris there, so Minicozy had them buy like a little cart so that they take that debris away. I thought that might be a source. I don't know if there's all kinds of vegetation back there. Sometimes the guys clean it, they don't. I'm going by my exterminator. He said that I was the first one to notice it, and there's like a problem in Syosset, also in the schools in Jericho. So I just wanted to let the village be aware of it. You wouldn't even identify, I trapped one, that's how we knew what it was. It doesn't look like a roach. It's like brown banded roach.
Brown banded roach.
And they're like, we can't even eat up. We had an outdoor party last week. We had a kids, they're flying all over. So they fly short distances. So even though we're finding them dead, but it's kind of disgusting. So I thought I would let you know.
Yeah, sure. Does your backyard abut Soundside Beach?
Yes.
Yes,
And
number
my neighbor,
7 and
Elena,
9.
What's that?
Number 9.
she's number 9, Elena DeMarco. And
Yeah, I sent the guys over there like a couple of weeks ago to start cleaning out the back there on the side, which they did a good job, but there's a lot more to do. And unfortunately, we have problems with the tractor. There's some dead trees that eventually when the tractor comes back, they're gonna go back down and pull them. So maybe that would help, and maybe we could, possibly spray back there, or look into it. I'll ask Chris in the highway department, a couple of guys, what they recommend.
Thanks, because when it is name and conservation, the village had told me, and then he confirmed that they don't exterminate outdoors, but since we saw them down on Pine Lane and also at Zozo's, I didn't know if it was a more extensive problem, and it's really like horrible.
No, we used, bring it up, when you walk on West Harvard Drive, the pathway there was full of poison ivy. I remember the first time I was mayor, we used to spray for poison ivy and used to clean up the fence, kill the poison ivy. So I'm sure there's something similar that we can do to look into,
I don't know what else
talk
to do.
to
You can't even enjoy
an
outdoors.
arborvitae, or somebody who's in the business.
I just looked it up. It says a hitch to ride inside of something's furniture, electronic, or boxes.
Yeah, they don't go to food, they go in furniture. They go in behind pictures and furniture. They're not food, and they're tiny. They're like a third of the size of my neighbor. You wouldn't know what they are. I mean, I thought they were beetles.
So you prefer to stay around ceilings?
I know that there's, my exterminator anyway, I've had him since I moved to Bayville 24 years ago, and he says he's not seen it in 15 years, and now there's a resurgence, so.
What type of damage do they cause naturally? Or
I
is it
don't
just a
know,
nuisance?
they're just disgusting.
They're coming in on boxes?
I mean, I had a pizza party with my neighbors in the yard, and they were flying around, and I was like horrified. Thank God they're Bayville people, so they understand. Those people from outside. I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
No, that's
Anything
good.
you do, I really appreciate it.
There's a couple of issues we're trying to, fix up, like the parking lot on Southside Beach, trying to, fix that. Today, time we did the creek, so the creek, we had all new stones. McGowan spread the stones for us, so that got done tonight. Southside Beach, we're getting an estimate from a couple of suppliers to fix up the parking lot then. The other is,
Because the parking lot floods a lot.
yeah, Sunday level, yesterday was a disaster all around there.
Yeah, it was bad.
But, some projects like that, and the other main projects, one of my pet peeves is, which we're looking into, and I guarantee, my whole heart, get it done, is to, pave Mountain Avenue from Bayville Avenue all the way up to, Godfrey Avenue, and then heading towards the creek. So I walked with Chris Martell, and we mapped out some spots, and then also the turn from over London Avenue onto West Harvard, the first like 50 yards is a disaster.
Yeah.
So we marked that out, so I'm hoping that, I don't know if you guys know, but Lumber Avenue is being repaved from the bridge all the way to Bayville Avenue. That's supposed to start sometime in September. So we're gonna try to piggyback with Nassau County to see whether the guy who's doing paving on Lumber Avenue will go into West Harvard Drive another like 50 yards and we can pave that. But to me, my big pet peeve project to get done before Halloween is Mountain Avenue, because that's one of the most heavily traversed road in Bayville, and the way it looks, and I live on the bottom of Godfrey, and
Yeah.
it's not even gonna touch my block, it's gonna be full short of Godfrey Avenue, so, but Mountain Avenue in front of the village, church and all that road is a disaster. I know Stephen and the board up here started proceedings last year, to starting, so just trying to get one of the projects done at a time, so a lot of infrastructure projects within Bayville, trying to knock off one or two at a time, a year or something like that, so we can do that. Make all their life in Bayville residents better, but Mountain Avenue to me is one of the most heavily traveled roads in Bayville, and the conditions that it's in now.
Yeah, probably if the Bayville Avenue is the most traveled.
So,
We'll look into those parks, because now I'm obsessed with it.
you know what I haven't seen a lot this year, they're all coming out now, so.
Yeah, me too, that's what I thought he was talking about.
Last 2 weeks, I noticed they were all gone, I haven't seen one all summer.
I
There's been less
Yesterday.
ants this year for some reason. Usually, no, but this year maybe it's the stuff we're putting down for these other things, like,
Yeah, it's
but they
stopping.
fly, there's nothing we can do. They're flying like over the granules that we put down and everything. I don't know. You had something to add?
Yeah, I just wanted, it's my wife, Balance up Antonino Monasterio, 7 Pleasant View Drive. Right behind 7 and 9 there's all shrubbery behind our house. It's all full of poison ivy, as you were saying. I try keeping it clean. I'm very allergic to it, so as soon as it starts turning green, I don't go back there anymore. But could it be possible if the village could come and maybe clean up some of the shrubbery? Like, a lot of the weeds now are 8 and 10 feet tall.
Like weed trees.
And it's right up against it's right up against the fences and everything.
There's a couple issues there.
Yeah.
One, it's in a tidal flood zone, so it's
Yeah.
technically keeping the dune intact.
That I understand, but
I agree with you though. If my son got poison ivy in there also.
yeah, and unfortunately, if we have company, like you said, if the kids, if they're bored in there, I'm not getting it. I'm not going in there. And then I don't know what's living underneath it, because if you come by, you'll see it's everything, even the regular weeds and how everything is.
You're talking in the back left,
Right
corner,
right where
the back corner towards the fence, I know exactly what.
We had actually
right by,
donated some trees there last time
If
you
you're
were
looking
there,
at
because
the
all those
water,
trees
it's the right
died, we
side of the-
donated some, and I still have my sprinklers going there to water them, so I don't have to look in the parking lot.
you know, if you could come and look at it and see, maybe they could even chop them down a little bit. I'm not saying,
Yeah, I told, like I was
or clean
there.
up behind the fence. I
Yeah,
usually,
no, I was there with Chris on Friday, so.
yeah, I usually spray with the poison ivy spray, but after a while, everything just comes right back. And like I was saying, now some of them are no longer weeds, they're little bushes and trees.
We'll just just call the office, I'll meet you there one day.
Yeah, let me know when you wanna come.
I'll be available this Friday in the afternoon if you want, so.
Monday, Friday, I'm gonna be in Cape May.
Thank you, and thank you for coming on today.
All right, no problem.
But,
Just give a call.
You have our number, I'm sure it's in the.
I don't have your number.
We can call, yeah, we can call.
Yeah, if
Who
you
do I
wanna
speak
come
to
over,
when I call?
Just call Nikki and then she'll relay the message to the mayor.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So with that, I can close out.
So I will take a motion to, at 7:25 to join the regular meeting and to move into executive session again at 7:25 p.m. to discuss the following matter, the discussion with the village attorney regarding legal matters. So I have a motion. Trustee Wolf?
Yes.
Trustee Santoro? Yes. Trustee Calhoun? Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Belzaki?
Yes.
Mayor Webb?
Yes. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a nice weekend.
See you. John, sign the book. All right, I'm just gonna ask for a resolution to close executive session and open the regular meeting at 8:23 p.m.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Galstetti, thank you, trustee Bartolomeo, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries.
Make a motion to close the meeting?
We're done.
All right, good night.
Oh, no, I apologize.
Thank you.
I didn't hear the motion to close the meeting, thank you, trustee Tucker.
I second. Did he make the motion?
All in favor?
Aye.